Intro. Happy Friday, my girl.
Happy Friday, my girl. What's up?
Everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to Hippie Chicks Live. I'm Hippie Chick Cat.
I'm Elle, Hippie Chick Elle.
That's right. And we are here just to have a conversation about life, love, and leaping over limitations and have a little bit of fun while we're doing it. Hope you're joining us up with the conversation live. If not, hello, future people. Hope we all made it.
In the future.
Time keeps on slipping.
It's a
Into
good theme
the
song.
future. All right. So happy Lionsgate portal. I've got the Harlequin glass out today.
Love it. Love it.
And celebrating a local brewery, New Realm, with their hazy like a fox. Damn good beer. Damn good beer.
Wonderful. Where is New Realm? I haven't been there, have I? I need to check that out.
No, and I need to take you there because it's real. It's like right down the street from the aquarium.
Oh, cool. Very cool. I have a friend. I'm going to miss two birthday parties this weekend. And one of the people, I know, I'm so upset. One I'm missing now. Well, I will be missing in a few minutes. And one of the people I'm going to miss the party for, I said to him, we can go out for lunch, beer, whatever. He likes craft beers. And so maybe I'll take him.
That's
Maybe
the
we'll
place
go
to
there.
go. I mean, it's right down the street. It's close to FFX. It's,
Yeah.
once you cross Rudy Inlet and then 5 minutes down the road, they are. And
Awesome.
It's a really nice compound that they have. It's pretty dang large, and they have concerts there. A lot of reggae bands play there, a lot of local stuff. It's a good time to be had.
He'll love that. That is his scene. That is his scene.
And then, of course, the beers, they're amazing. And Hazy Like a Fox is my favorite. Got to be careful with it because it's 6.5 alcohol per volume. So
you turned me on to that one.
It's a fun beer. Without question. But I figured it was appropriate today because it's an abundant beer. This is an abundant relic that I have from the past because it's the Lionsgate portal today. And
talk to us about that.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to you about that because it's 8/8, August 8th. All right. So 8 is a very significant number in numerology, but it's really not all about numerology. It's really all about a cosmic alignment because I'm going to read it actually verbatim what Papa Google has to say about it, just so I'm a little more succinct because sometimes I'll ramble on a little too much. So, all right, so the Lionsgate portal is a specific astrological event where the Earth, the Sun, that's in the sign of Leo right now because we're in Leo season. All right, so anybody born right now is a Leo. Their sun sign is a Leo, and the star Sirius and Orion's belt align. So all of these things are in alignment. And why it's significant is that this alignment is believed to open a cosmic gateway, allowing for a potent influx of energy and heightened manifestation capabilities. And this is one of the primary things that I personally believe, and I don't think I'll have too many people in the astro realm disagree with me, that one of our purposes here is to learn how to tap into our own power, our manifestation powers, our creation powers, because we're all little tiny gods. We're all, God having an experience as Cat and as Elle and as all you beautiful people out there, to how we can develop our manifestation capabilities. All right. And be creators. We are creators.
Yes. Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Yes.
And I know that's one of your favorite words, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Being a creative myself.
It's one of your favorite words. Yeah. All right. So it's the energies right now are very potent. And all right, so Sirius, the star Sirius is considered to be the spiritual sun, and is very central to this event. And it was revered in ancient Egypt for its association with the new year and the Nile's flooding. So of course, when the Nile flooded, all the plant life came back. It was abundance, and you can navigate your fields and keep your livestock hydrated, keep yourself hydrated. So hi, Mama.
Cassie said hi. Wave at the camera.
I'm glad she's getting rested well. Hi, beautiful. Oh, you're fine. You're beautiful. I'm glad you're feeling better.
She says she's glad you're feeling better. Yeah.
Well, we got that new knee now.
Yeah, that new knee. She's giving it plenty of a workout.
Well, good. She should keep taking it out for a ride.
Yeah.
So anyway, talk about abundance right there.
Right there. Yeah.
All right, you guys, just a real quick fill in. Her mother just had knee surgery last week, and you just wanted knee
actually
replacement.
This week, just a few days ago.
It was the beginning of this week.
Yeah.
And look at her getting around like a champ, a dog, like a champ. I'm not surprised either, because this is such a commonplace operation that it's like the doctors could do it in their sleep.
Right.
You know, so it's just like, it's like zip, zap, zap. And I believe our medical miracles are going to get even more so in the next couple of years, leaps and bounds, to where you're going to have serious surgeries and people getting up, walking just like your beautiful mama.
Yeah.
So
I mean, as it is now, even with a knee replacement, they're typically done as outpatient. Although hers was not done as outpatient, she left less than 24 hours. She got out. She was released from the hospital less than 24 hours.
And how has her pain level been?
Her pain level has been very minimal, which is so awesome. I have to say, there's something in our genes, because I find that my family, for the most part, we experience very little pain after surgery. We don't experience a lot of pain. Very thankful for whatever gene that is that contributes to that. But I've been through 2 surgeries, and I've never had extreme pain. So very happy. And she says she doesn't normally have a lot of pain after surgery either, even though I hear the knee can be tough. But she's been doing well. Physical therapy came a couple days ago. The day after she got out, actually, was yesterday. And they said that just within a couple of days, her range of motion is at a place where people's their goal would be at 2 weeks. Yeah.
And how old is your mama?
My mom is almost 80. Yep, she'll be 79 this year. Yeah, exactly. Not only is she beautiful, she's able-bodied, and I love that.
She is resilient, and yes, indeed, that's a beautiful thing to see. So talk about abundance. Okay, so all right, getting back to the Lionsgate, how to best use it. All right, so it's considered to be ideal for an ideal time for setting intentions, practicing manifesting techniques, which, you know, most people would call that witchcraft.
Well, they do, right? Which anyway, we'll go there another time. Yes, go ahead.
Right. Oh, we can have a whole episode about that.
Exactly.
We could just go through my cabinet over here and take up the whole 30 minutes for that. I mean, seriously, that could be a fun episode, actually.
Yeah, I think we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. But and then also focusing on personal growth. So that's what I wanted to talk about with you, Elle. You know, to talk about what our intentions are, maybe personally and on a global sense, because we all contribute energy. You know, maybe we're not out there duking it out with everybody, but our energy still is a part of the collective.
Yes.
Right. So we're all playing a role, and our role, I believe, those of us who you just feel it in your bones, you feel it in your heart, that we're here to anchor light.
I love that verbiage. Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. We're here to anchor light, and however you're doing it, that's great. You know, there's some people out there that really know how to make people feel safe to cry.
Yes.
They're not the jokesters. They're not the one telling the anecdotes or trying to entertain you. They're telling you what's really real, or you're safe, right? But then you have the people who make you laugh with everybody likes to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody's playing a different role and how we're anchoring light. And no one can tell you how to anchor your light.
Right. Yeah.
You do it yourself, right? Which is why what's happening right now is so fascinating and interesting, because it is a last-ditch effort of an old paradigm to hold on and control the masses.
Yeah.
And it's slipping away like sand through your fingers.
And I think just accepting and coming to the realization that none of us has control. Control is it's a facade. There is no, and when I say that, I know we control, what there are things we can control, but there is a lot we don't necessarily dictate, that we can't hold on to with regards to controlling others and controlling their outcomes. We have control over ourselves. That's
Absolutely.
where our dominance resides, but over
Absolutely. And
other
how you,
people is, yeah.
yeah, and that's what's so fascinating to witness. And oh, Gemini is back, by the way. Say hi.
Hey, Gemini.
I'm able to type to her. I'm Captain Picard or Captain Kirk, whichever one. I don't
Right.
care. I'm OG and next generation. I'm all of it. So but I'm able to tap out and talk to you. So that's why I had to tell Elle that you're here. Hi. Thanks
Yay.
for joining us. How's the weather over there in Great Britain? You guys having good weather? Has it been sunny for you? Or is it your typical British weather? Oh, there goes Al. Well, that what happened to you, girl? Did you hit a time loop?
You know what? It's so funny that I did not put on my do not disturb like I normally do. And
Okay.
someone dared disturb me. And it's someone who knows what I'm doing every Friday at 4 p.m.
Well, it's not your mom because she just
Right. It's normally her.
normally hers calling you. Right. Oh, that's hilarious. Gemini
Yes.
says they're having great weather. It's sunny, and I'm glad you're getting some sun. You guys need some sunshine, for crying out loud. It's
Yes.
such a beautiful country. I've been there once, but huge Beatle fan. So any kind of video I can get on looking at anybody touring any part of Great Britain. Scotland is a place I'd like to go visit, which you got to pick the right time of year to go.
Yeah.
Because it gets really cold, and I'm not a fan of the cold.
Right.
But, all of Great Britain would be fun. So thank you for joining us. We're talking about the Lionsgate portal. So if you're not familiar with that, go ahead and get on YouTube and just put Lionsgate's portal, and your feed will blow up with all kinds of good stuff. So it's really all about manifesting, because the energies are heightened for that right now. So let's manifest a good world. And I don't mean just in like globally, but it's okay for yourself too. That's not selfish for you to ask for things for yourself, because when everybody's happy, right, and we feel like our needs are being met, then we're not taking it out on everybody else.
Right. Yeah. We're a
You
little bit more accommodating, and
a
it's okay.
little more accommodating, and it's not survival mode anymore,
Yes.
which is where we've all been, is in freaking survival mode. And damn it, I'm tired of that. We're all tired of that. So let's manifest what it would look like to have the kind of world that you want to live in, the kind of life that you want to have. I'm relatively happy right now, but yeah, things could certainly shift in a different way that could be exciting and fun, and adding to the experience. But my goal is not just it needs to be something that's where everybody is prospering. That's where the imbalance is right now, is that a few people are like truly prospering, while so many people are struggling hard.
Struggling and suffering. Yes.
Suffering. I just watched it was a reel or a TikTok or something like that, of this insane house. Somebody constructed this house. It was like a fun house. So many secret rooms and other doors that you keep opening. And it was just like, my first thought was, sadly, that, oh, what fun. That's a cool house. I'm like, somebody has more money than they know what to do with. The cost it took to build that house could have helped so many people out.
Yeah. I often wonder, why is that not our mission, just as a human race? Not talking boundaries, not talking city state bound. I'm talking just humans. And now is that time, because we're in a time where we've got the ability to reach each other oceans away. Look at Gemini connecting with us every
Right,
single,
exactly.
we're I have friends in the UK I talk to every day. We weren't always able to do that.
Right, right. Were these your college friends?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And just
Your
being
New
able,
York City days.
yeah, the New York, yeah, it's by you. But it's just amazing. Even the people that we don't know, just, being ourselves, digital creators that we are
Right.
able, and even people who aren't necessarily creators, they're just out there. Well, we're all creators, ha, ha, ha.
Yes.
But people out there on their own pages simply interacting are able to do so and do so every day with people everywhere. Isn't
Right.
the time that we can use our power to anchor light even more broadly and really, again, manifest what we would like to see and really
Well,
be that change.
what brings light to you? I think that's our mantra for today is just anchoring the light and whatever that means to you, even if it means just, cuddling with your cat and listening to it purr.
Right. Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that's bringing light because you're both getting grounded at the same time. And that's just sending such a good vibe out into the world. And all right, so I'm probably going to be talking about Ozzy Osbourne for a while now, so
As
I'm
you
gonna bring
should.
him up again,
As you should.
and the one of the good things I'm taking from this whole, because I've known like for like the last 15 years, oh God, when Ozzy dies, it's going to be a really big deal. I
You've
knew it
been
was going to
talking
be
about, yeah.
a really big deal,
Yeah.
and the one good thing I'm getting out of it from when he did Back to the Beginning to when he passed away 2 weeks later, that whole month of July, never once was a lot of the planet not thinking about politics because they're all wrapped up in what was going on with that.
True.
Everything in my feed was all Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy.
I love that. Look at that.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't any of that political bullshit.
Right. Yeah. My feed, I mean, very far, few and far between do I ever see anything political because I don't believe in so many of us doom scroll, and we don't mean to. We don't mean to chase these negative, sad, triggering stories. It's just
No,
fodder that
it's
it draws people in, and it's
it's
designed.
emotional warfare is what it is.
Yes, it is. And I
Yeah.
purposely will eliminate anything from my feed
Oh,
that is
instantly.
triggering in that way. Yeah. And so
And
I don't get that popping up. And get this, I also don't talk about it. So it's not just in my feed, right? In my social media feed, in my life feed, because your phones are always listening. We've allowed our cameras and our
oh, they're
microphones
always
to
Big
pick up
Brother is
everything.
watching.
Yeah.
But the funny thing of it is, Elle, is that I don't talk about it and I don't seek it out, but it was finding my feed.
What? During that time? Really?
Well, no, before then, and
Oh,
then once the whole Ozzy thing happened, because I was spending more time on those videos, my algorithm changed.
gotcha. And you
So all
did
of a
that.
sudden, yeah, yeah. So thanks, Oz.
Yeah, he saved you. He really did. As he,
Yeah,
I'm sure he did many people because you're right. He was so prominent in our feeds, and
yeah.
and it brought me such peace. I experienced peace. I experienced love. I reminisced. I'll never forget the first
Oh,
time I was exposed to Ozzy Osbourne because being a little black girl growing up in the ghetto, if you will, I didn't know a
you
lot
did
about.
not grow up in the ghetto. You grew up in Great Bridge, is where we live right
Oh
now.
my God!
People think you lived like where J.J. Walker lived.
Not the projects. But it was a very
You're funny.
urban demographic.
Yeah, right.
But the first time I ever heard of Ozzy Osbourne was the whole biting the head off the bat thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and I'll never forget. And people, especially people in my neighborhood were so turned off and so appalled. I wanted to know more. I just wanted, I wanted
It
to
was
know.
interesting.
Yeah,
Now, everybody doesn't realize that that wasn't a live bat.
I know, right? That was what I found
If it
out.
was a live bat, it would have flown away.
Right,
It was a dead bat.
right,
But still, and poor Ozzy had to get a round of tetanus shots
right.
because he bit the head off a dead bat. Poor guy. He thought it was a rubber bat. And then, but isn't that a sign of the times of how people were quick to jump
Yeah, yeah.
to a conclusion about
Exactly.
something without knowing the whole story?
And I went researching, and back then there was no Google, right?
Yeah,
So,
right. Oh, yeah.
yeah. So I had to go find as well as interact with people to find out more. And I loved that because it opened up a whole other world of music. It wasn't necessarily my style of music, but what I learned was to appreciate that style of music, regardless of whether it was my, and it has made me so much more well-rounded because I had such eclectic taste in music.
And so does Ozzy, by the way, because you know, his stuff isn't as crunchy as some of the stuff that's out there.
Exactly.
And so he's kind of like a good, you know, balance between all the worlds, you know, the crunchiness and then the people that are a little more yacht rock.
Yeah.
And he was able to cross over. And what I love is that when they call him the Prince of Darkness, a lot of people like to assume that identity means that he is of Satan, and no, that's not what it means.
Right.
He understands what it means to live in a poverty situation, a dark situation. Coming from that, they were just all four of them from Black Sabbath when they got into the industry. Were just poor kids, you know, trying to make a living and have some fun while they're doing it, and loved what they loved, followed their bliss.
There you go. Yeah,
they followed their bliss, and the whole world opened up to them. And Ozzy always stayed true to who he was to himself.
Yes, he did. Regardless of the criticism, regardless of whatever.
Right.
And I found him to be kind. Like,
he's very kind.
People were so afraid of him, and I never felt fear being exposed to Ozzy Osbourne. That you talked about feeling safe enough around someone to cry. I always felt safe learning more about Ozzy Osbourne, listening to his music, learning more about the music that Black Sabbath did and that he did after the fact. I never felt afraid, and I for that.
And that's the kind of energy that he put out into the world, and he helped a lot of people, especially the divine masculine. Okay.
Yes.
Taught them how to get into their feels in a way that was acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you really look at the lyrics, especially to Ozzy Osbourne's solo stuff, but even Black Sabbath too, it's all actually very soul-centered. Some of it is a little theatrical, but who doesn't like a little spooky stuff?
That was just the style.
It's theatrical, right? It doesn't mean that they worship Satan and they eat boobies,
that
right?
was always the go-to back in the day. Oh my gosh. Said the same thing about Prince.
Oh, right.
The Prince 1999 album. People are like, they were saying it was satanic because 1999, the nines, if you turn it upside down, is 666. I was like, shut up. Leave me and my man alone.
People are reaching up their backside for anything to justify their stupid narrative. It's like, stop already.
God.
All right. Yeah.
What you see on the numbers is a lot of sensational artwork and graphic design, and a lot of it is sexual, which I love, and I've always thought that was so cool. And just people who don't know wouldn't notice it, but those of us who knew could see it.
Well, there is such a thing as sex magic. All right. And it doesn't have to be all weird and misconstrued and cultish.
Right.
you know, or ditty-ish, if you will. I don't want to say that word here.
Right.
Ooh,
What you mean?
sorry, let me clean the area off.
Don't want that popping up in the feed.
No, no. You did not hear me say that. Thank you very much. Good Lord have mercy. I'm gonna have to sage now. So, but yeah, and Prince understood that, which is why he was so androgynous.
Yes.
Yeah,
You see
very.
people that are so offended now by people identifying as whatever they want to, which is completely, in my opinion, up to the individual person. Because how am I going to tell somebody what or who they are? I would never presume to do that. And I just, when you look back, so many of our men were androgynous, and women were androgynous, and it was no big deal.
Yeah,
It was no big deal.
yeah. Well, somewhere along the lane, people uh, got up in their egos, I guess, is the only thing I can think of. But those days are coming to a close, and we're here to witness it, which is why we're here. So let's manifest us moving through this even um, more easily and effortlessly, and moving past all the struggle.
Yes.
And the toughness, and also working into our strength, because we are going to witness some big stuff. Because if you remodel a kitchen, you don't put the new stuff over the old stuff. You got to tear it out.
Right. So
and we're in the middle of a big world remodeling. And I pulled a card, and this is my Ascended Masters card. And I pulled if you're familiar with this enlightened me. His name is Melchizedek.
Okay.
It's a fun little name, but he's kind of a badass, and he's all about higher learning, which is where we're at right now. And I think this is a collective message. You have learned from the experience, meaning the patriarchy experience. Okay. More inner study is now required for further progress. So now that we've had the experience of the patriotic dynasty, if you will, and now we're taking what's good from it and leaving the rest, because obviously when you leave it to its own devices, and we've seen this for centuries now, it leads to power corruption.
Yes, absolutely.
Lack of love and empathy.
Yes.
And manipulation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now more and more people are waking up to that. So I couldn't be more excited about it. And even though things look kind of crazy on the outside, it's getting better on the inside. So
and that receiving what we need and not in just rejecting the rest is that eating the meat and spitting out the bones analogy.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're all going to do this together. All right. So that's why, places like New Reality TV are so important. And getting out there and being in your community, working with your community, and not just necessarily, humping it and doing that kind of stuff, but socializing, go to your local restaurants and bars and theaters and see things live. You don't have to sit in front of a screen all the time, right? And try different therapies. There's so many wonderful, and they're not new. They're actually older than the therapies that we were taught were normal.
Yeah.
Right? Hypnotherapy, sound healing, Reiki, acupuncture.
Yeah, and cultivate your curiosity and not your critical side or your critical nature. That's our nature. But let's remain curious and see where that takes us.
Absolutely. Love that. Love that. Well, if you're interested in hypnotherapy, I do online sessions. I do virtual across the world at hypnohelpsyou.com. If you want to see Elle, come to Hampton Roads. She's at a production near you.
Yes, I am. It's a fun experience theater. Come out and see me in Virginia Beach.
There you go. Well, Gemini, thank you so much for joining us, my dear. I'm glad you're having sunny days there in beautiful England. And you're in south of England, right? You said you're just south of London. And hope you're still with us. And if you are, thank you so much for joining us, lovely. And hope you're having a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. And we'll see you guys back here 4 o'clock next Friday. Hippie Chicks Live. Love you guys. Peace and love.